Hi guys, welcome to the video. Salt here. Today we're going to be taking a look at the new primary weapon, the Evensong bow. Now in this weapon series, I take a weapon, I build it out, and I test that weapon on its own merits, meaning I don't mix it with any kind of external factors that would increase weapon performance. That would be things like pets putting statuses on enemies, Warframes using abilities, things like that. I just test the weapon, built out by itself, and I let the viewer make their own intelligent conclusions about what would happen if you add those external things. So let us get into the bow here. So this just came out today with Jade Shadows, and so information on it is still very new. The wiki is pretty much not even put together yet. So I had to do a lot of the testing by myself, and yeah, I have a lot of stuff to share. So we'll go over the Evensong bow here. So interesting things about the Evensong bow. It has a quick shot mode, and it has a charge shot mode, and the charge shot has a radial attack. Now, this weapon does not normally have punch through, but you can make it have punch through if you put primed shred on it. However, the charge shot that explodes still will not punch through. So it's only the quick shot that will punch through. And so because of that, we're not going to be putting prime shred on. Okay, the other unique thing about this, and there's quite a bit here if we go over the unique trait here, Evensong Devotion. So I'll just try to kind of break this down a bit. So anytime a target takes damage from any source, I mean, they can be hit directly, they can be hit by the AoE, they are going to get 7 forced puncture procs. That's right, 7. So that's going to increase the critical chance of damage they take by 35%. Also, targets that are damaged by this will do 100% less damage. And on my testing, it seems to be 10 seconds. So 10 seconds of 100% less damage. That should be 0, but I guess there might be some cases where they get boosted for some reason. I don't know. The other thing, I have a whole list here, is that your allies, when you kill a target, kills with the Evensong, activate Evensong Devotion, a buff that increases multi-shot by 35% for allies and you. That buff originates from you, the player, or someone else if they're using the Evensong bow. It does not originate from the target killed, it originates from you. And I believe that is it. There was something on the wiki. It was missing some information. I'm sure maybe in a couple of days it'll be filled up. But if anyone in the comments knows, make sure you let us know. So there was something on the wiki with the Evensong Devotion buff. How normally it's 35, but it looked like if you had the other 2 Jade weapons on, it could possibly go up to 70%. And that would make sense because the Stalker and his weapons has a special incarnate evolution where if you use all 3 of them, you get something extra. So that would kind of be, it makes sense. It would be thematic if this also did the same thing. So I think it's probably right, but I'm not 100%. I did not buy the pack. I actually had to farm for the Evensong today. I did rush it so I could get the video, but I did have to farm for this thing. So I can't test it with the other 2 weapons because I'll have to farm for them tomorrow. So, okay, that is the interesting things about this. We're going to get into the mods now. So we're going to have Galvanized Chamber for multi-shot. Galvanized Scope for critical chance. Vial Acceleration for fire rate. Primed Firestorm to increase the blast radius. So if we go down here, our range with Primed Firestorm is 5.76. Without Primed Firestorm is 4. So you get a little bit less than 2 more meters of range with Primed Firestorm. There are 2 other mods that compete for this slot, and we'll go over them at the very end. Next, we have critical delay to increase critical chance. I'm just going to scroll up here. Critical delay to increase critical chance. Vital sense to increase critical damage. And then we're going to put viral on the weapon. So we're going to go with the 60-60 rhyme rounds and the 60-60 toxin. It's important to use the 60-60. I know that the cold has a big primed element mod and it's tempting to use it, but bows, because they shoot slowly, you're less likely to actually get the proc you want, or just a proc in general because they shoot slowly. Like 83 seems like a lot, but on a weapon that only shoots once every second-ish, you know, it's not great. So you need as much status chance as you can get. A lot of times on bows, it's worth not even going for status chance, and in fact, you just go with more damage mods. But on a weapon that is an AoE weapon, you get a lot of value by having status. So, similar to like the Kuva Brahma. The Kuva Brahma is still important to have status on it. So, that's why we're going to go for viral here. I'm also going to be doing pretty extensive testing tomorrow with the new elements. And, you know, figuring things out, seeing if there's like a new best contender there. So this may change, but I don't believe it will. I think viral is still going to be very strong here with a viral slash build. The other reason why it's important to go with the two 60-60s talking about slash is that this weapon has a very high slash value of 193 for the quick shot, which we're not really going to be quick shotting. So let's look at the charged here. 297 for the charge shot, which is, of course, less than the viral, unfortunately. And then the charge radial attack also has slash. Again, less than the viral, but that's okay. There's things we can do to increase the slashes we get, and we'll go over that at the end when we go over the primed firestorm slot here. So, okay, next in the Exilus, there are two options. There's going to be Cautious Shot. This weapon is an AoE weapon. If your Warframe does not have a way to reduce stagger effect, you can stagger yourself if you shoot an enemy that's too close to you. And so Cautious Shot is very good. The weapon also starts with the polarity where Cautious Shot fits. So that's another good thing. But if you are using a Warframe that you don't have to worry about stagger, maybe the Warframe has like innate stagger immunity, then terminal velocity would be your choice. The unfortunate thing with terminal velocity is that it is a different polarity. So you would have to likely change the polarity or maybe overform it so you could fit it in there with the wrong one. Up to you at that point. But Cautious Shot is very good, and it's the right polarity. Okay, in the Arcane slot here, we're going to be going for Primary Deadhead. Primary Deadhead will likely be the best unless you are going for level cap. If you're going for level cap, or if you're going for a very high level mission, like if you intend to see 4,000, 5,000 and higher level enemies, then Primary Merciless will win out. Because at that point, you're not going to really be getting headshot kills anymore. You're basically just going to be getting slash kills. And Primary Deadhead won't trigger at that point. But before that, it is still quite easy to get headshot kills. So you're going to be using Primary Deadhead. And that's it for the build here. And now what we're going to do... Oh, actually, I want to go over this Primed Firestorm slot. So the other two mods that compete for this Primed Firestorm slot are going to be Hunter Munitions. Hunter Munitions competes for this slot because it will produce more slash procs for you. The weapon has good natural slash, but our viral kind of neuters it because our viral is higher. And so, yes, we're going to get natural slash, but we're not going to get maybe as many as we want. And so we can increase the amount of slashes we get by using Hunter Munitions over Primed Firestorm. Now, you know, the negative of that is that we lose out on almost 2 meters of range, so we go back down to 4 meters. 4 meters is still quite large, so I'm not really too worried about losing 2. So if you want more slash procs, Hunter Munitions is very good. The other option in the slot would be Bladed Rounds. And Bladed Rounds is going to increase the strength of the slash procs you do get naturally, And it's also just going to increase the strength of everything from the weapon, not just the slash procs, because of the critical damage increase. And this weapon does have above average critical damage multiplier, so you get a lot of value out of bladed rounds. I think out of the three of them, I like either bladed rounds or primed firestorm. Bladed rounds is probably better for damage. Primed firestorm is still good for damage. You know, you have the potential to hit more targets if they're, you know, within that extra radius. But I think primed firestorm also synergizes with some of this unique trait here, where enemies that are damaged don't do any damage themselves. And so, you know, with primed firestorm, you're encompassing more enemies within that, and so those enemies are now no longer doing damage. So if you're trying to be more of maybe like a support player with the Evensong, I think primed firestorm would be better than bladed rounds. But super close there, super close. And again, Hunter Munitions is also an option if you just want more slash procs. Okay. I'm going to keep, for the gameplay, I'm going to keep primed firestorm on, but just keep that in mind. As bladed rounds, you'd have stronger slash procs and just stronger damage in general, and Hunter Munitions, you would have more numerous slash procs. Okay, so because I don't mix this with any external factors, I'm going to be doing this on a big dumb Anaros with no Archon shards that increase weapon performance, no mods or arcanes on the Anaros that increase weapon performance, and with a pet with no sentinel weapon and no mods on the pet that increase weapon performance. Just so we can get a good look at the Evensong. So let us take it into a steel path. Kuva survival. See how it does there. Do about 10 minutes, kill some trash, kill some acolytes. So we'll go tab a uni. All right, you're going to see me once in a while press my 3 to give myself armor and status immunity, but that's the only thing it does. It doesn't do anything as far as increasing weapon performance.
Predictable. As expected, Grenier have shut down the environmental systems, sending modified life support capsules. Use these to sustain.
All right, let's get our conditionals going. I'll try to aim decently. It's hard sometimes. It's hard sometimes. And just remember, anything that's damaged is not doing any damage themselves. So this is a very good... this weapon has great utility potential. Because of that. I mean, it's a good damager itself, but it has very good utility potential for like a support player. Because you could be doing a lot of damage and also be protecting your team. So even though we don't have Hunter Munitions on, we're basically just relying on the natural slash. You see that we're still producing some good natural slash procs. So you don't absolutely need Hunter Munitions, but Hunter Munitions will increase the amount of slash procs. Bladed rounds would increase the strength of the slash procs. And Firestorm, the one I am using, is going to kick out that range to possibly hit more targets. And also have more slash procs because of that. Through pure attrition of just more targets. Alright, let's get this pack here. Then we'll probably go over for a life support. Just to change the scenery too, just so we're not in a hallway. So in the top right in my buff bar, I know it's hard to see because there's like a bunch of buffs up there, but one of them kind of looks like an arrow with wings. That's the 35% multi-shot. Buff. 35% multi-shot on a weapon like this is not very impressive, but if you were to give an ally who maybe had a weapon that really benefited from multi-shot, 35%, it could be really good. Like a weapon like the Phage, like the primary of the Phage is a really good one. Anything that has an already high innate multi-shot would benefit greatly from that 35%. On a weapon like this, 35% is basically just 35% chance to shoot one extra projectile. Yeah, which is still good. I mean, the projectiles are massive, so 35% chance to shoot another massive projectile. I'll take it. Yeah, I want to thank my clanmate Archerino. He helped me out with some of the testing. We had to figure out where the buff originated from. Is it from the player, or is it from like the target that dies? And it was from the player. The range, I can't really say for sure. There was one time where I shot it, and I think he was about 15 meters away, and I think he still came under the effect of it. And the time that he didn't come under the effect, he was probably about 30 meters away. So it's probably somewhere between that is where like the cutoff is. But I'm not exactly sure of the range of the buff. Likely somewhere between like 10 and 30 meters. Which is not extremely accurate, so when the wiki gets updated, maybe we'll have more accurate information there on the range of the buff. Alright, we have, who is this? Angst? 1 shot. 2 shots. I don't think that actually hit him. Well, the AoE hit him. There we go. Really good Acolyte Killer. Very, very good Acolyte Killer. Oh my goodness, let me through. Blocking the doorway there. These guys think they're bouncers or something. There's also, I don't know if you guys can hear it, there's kind of like a little singing effect when you like shoot things. I don't know. When you get the Evensong bow, maybe you can hear it. It's very light, very faint. Granted, it's probably like how I have my audio settings, but... It's very pretty, too. I haven't messed with the actual color of it. So, like, this is what it's going to look like when it blows up. Kind of like, I don't know, like, leaves or something? Green leaves? Or whatever you want to think that stuff is. Green goo, green leaves. I really like this weapon, though. It's kind of a mix between the Brahma and, like, the Dread or the Paris. Like, the Dread and the Paris are... I don't want to say they're single target, because they're not really single target. They have, like, crazy punch through. But they're kind of, like, pinpoint, almost single target-ish weapons. And then, you know, the Kuva Brahma, of course, is the AoE. So this is, like... I don't know, it's got, like, the AoE of the Brahma, but... it feels a little bit more like you want to actually hit the target and not just shoot at the floor like the Brahma. I don't know. That's how I feel, at least. Maybe you'll feel differently. Maybe you'll just start shooting at the floor like the Brahma with this thing. I have all these little jesters jumping. Oh my goodness, look at these guys. All right, we're almost at 10 minutes here. We got like 2.5 minutes left. And then we'll call it for the Kuva survival. And then the next test we'll do, the last one we'll do on Lewis Circulus. And that'll be against higher level enemies and mixed enemies. Hit a couple life supports here. Gonna hit this one, or is... Oh, there's no more on this tile set. I have to move. Might be able to finish out on this tile set. Did I get my weapon stolen? I did. It's over here somewhere. I wonder if I could finish out the 10 minutes in this tile set if I farm enough of the yellow life supports. We'll see. We'll see. If we get an Acolyte, we might be in trouble. Oh, there's the Acolyte. Oh my goodness. Why did I talk? Salt, why the hell did you talk? We got 1 minute. We got 30-something% life support. I think we'll be okay. Torment. I'll try to farm little dudes while I kill Torment. That way I still have a potential to produce small life supports. Torment is annoying because he teleports behind you. So I'm trying to kill him when I'm killing trash, but he's going to go right behind me, as he does. Get some status immunity back up. That's why I kept getting staggered there. I know we're critical. We're only doing 10 minutes, so we should be okay.
You are running out of time. Consider extraction.
3 seconds.
The longer you
All right, we did it.
the more successful we will be.
Okay, let us figure out where extraction is, and we're at 402 kills in 10 minutes. That is pretty average, I would say. When I do these runs, for anyone that hasn't watched me before, when I do these runs, 10 minutes on Kuva Survival, I'm usually, for an average weapon, looking at 350 to 450. So this is like right in the middle at 403. And what I would consider an average weapon... Oh, it's going to give me this weird... Oh, no, it's up here. Okay. What I would consider an average weapon is like a basic assault rifle, like the Kuva Carrick. So for this weapon to be getting like the same kill count as like a Kuva Carrick, I mean, it seemed very strong. It's just the total kills at the end is not kind of what I was expecting. I thought it was killing a lot more than it was. So, I mean, it has great utility potential that the Kuva Carrick, of course, does not have. And just because a weapon is average doesn't mean it's bad. I mean, if it's average, it's average. It's not necessarily great. It's not, you know, going to be beating a Torrid, but it's not bad. It's still be, you know, able to go through Steel Path easily. Okay, let's check it out on Lewis Circulus. And that'll give us a good look at the Evensong here. Okay, Lewis Circulus is higher level enemies. They're going to be 180 to 200. They are mixed enemies, not just all Grenier. And it's going to force me to fight Thraxes, which are like tankier enemies, but they shouldn't really be an issue because of the slash that we have with this.
Each enemy is more powerful than before.
All right, let's kill those two tanky trash enemies they love to start you with. I hate these guys. I hate these guys so much. We're going to start you at 2 of the tankiest trash enemies with no conditionals. Oh, and by the way, they steal your weapon every other attack. We'll get these 2 guys down, and then we'll actually start the Lewis Circulus. I hate these guys. They are the my nemesis. There we go. Okay, I kind of cheated there a little bit by meleeing them, but that's the only time I'm going to melee those guys there. All right, so again, you're going to see me press my 3 once in a while for armor and status immunity, and that's going to be the only button I press during this run. Well, other than left and right click. I should say the only ability you'll have me press, or you'll see me press. Oh my goodness, these Drac Masters. They're a menace. Absolute menace. Yeah, when I do my runs, like weapons that are very meta, like the Torrid, the Bratton Incarnon, or not the Bratton Incarnon, the Bursting Incarnon, the Tox, is the Dual Toxist? Yeah, I think so. The Dual Toxist Incarnons, those are hitting like 800 to 1,000 kills. So this being at 400 is not near what like the top weapons we're hitting. You know, your mileage may vary too. You know, you might do a 10-minute Kuva survival with no externals and be able to get 500 or 600 kills. But I compare everything with my gameplay to each other. And yeah, this being at 400 it's not a bad thing. It's just not a good thing either. But it does have utility potential. You can be a Helpy Helperton and make enemies have no damage, which is actually a really good thing. I mean, that's kind of like an ability in itself, except it's on your weapon. It's like having an ability that's on your weapon. So if you look at it that way, that's very strong. You gotta look at the positives, you know? You gotta look at the positive of things. Damn Drac Masters. I didn't even see that guy. He's over here somewhere. Hiding in the back. Stealing my weapons. Alright, let's head to that first room with life supports, because Lua Conjunction sucks for life support. For numerous reasons. The spawns suck because there's certain ones that don't count as corrupted, so they end up fighting each other and getting stuck in rooms. And when the Thraxes come, the Thraxes suck your life support. So, like, you're just fighting with life support the whole time. Of course, you know, my runs I do with no externals. If you're coming in here using, you know, externals, and you have Roar on, and you have, you know, a pet priming everything, and you're nuking the map with Warframe abilities, like, you're not going to have issues. But when you're running like I do, on average weapons, you may have issues, because the average weapons aren't going to produce as many of the, small yellow life supports as for what you need, and so you have to rely on the big ones. We got the first Acolyte coming. That's good. It's good to have an early Acolyte. You don't want to have to fight them while the Thraxes are up. So, we have Violence, who's not too bad. He just shuts abilities off. I don't really care as a Naros. I don't really have any abilities I care about. I shouldn't say that. The newer Naros rework, he does have good abilities. I just have not built him out for the rework yet. He's still my pre-rework Anaros. I need to actually fix this guy up. I mean, he's good for what I use him for, which is just a big dumb meat stick that never dies. But he actually has some good abilities now. I have to, I gotta build him out for his abilities instead of just being a big dumb meat stick. right, we're gonna get Thraxis here very soon. I probably should hit this life support. Oh my goodness, where is it?
The longer you hold out, the deeper I can search. But you need to leave. Extraction is ready. These manifestations, they aren't from the neural sentry. Destroy them. They are drawing from your life support.
All right, that's the first one down. Get the second guy down. That was quick. All right, really good Thrax killers. That's good. Probably need to make a beeline to that next room, spawning life supports, unfortunately. So, and I'm going to pray that this group of trash follows me in a timely manner, which I'm sure they're not going to, because it's Lewis Circulus, and that's what happens. So I'm probably going to have to hit this, and then I'm going to have to run all the way back and kind of meet them halfway. Oh, they actually spawned enemies over here. Oh my goodness. Have they changed the spawns in Lewis Circulus? Probably not, but you never know. There was a big update today, so you never know what they did. I'm gonna hit this guy over here, and then I'm gonna go back to that pack, try to farm some yellow life supports, and we'll try to get to that 10-minute mark. Sometimes average weapons will fail this because of life support issues, but this is a... I hate to say like a stronger average weapon, but it's kind of a stronger average weapon. I'll say it. Oh my goodness. What is this lag spike? Alright. I'm still here, guys. Don't worry. My guy is just floating in the air. Alrighty. Well, that looks like it is probably going to be the end there. That weapon is pretty decent, but it is average. So it's worth getting, it's worth building out. It probably has some really cool utility potential. As far as its kill potential, it's okay. You know, it's average at the end of the day. So keep that in mind. I'm just going to leave this here. I'm not going to go in just because we were basically at the end there. I really wish I could have seen the kill count that we were at, but that's okay. So if you guys liked it, consider giving it a like. If you haven't subbed yet, consider subbing or tell me what I can do to earn your sub. And thanks for watching, guys. I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.